with us.
So no we're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over. Right. You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
well.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free,
right?
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, woohoo! A huge day, 4 years in the making. The next Bitcoin halving is going to be pretty amazing. So look forward to it. We're going to cover that. So let's get straight into it. We're going to say a few hellos. Then we're going to have a look at the meme pool. Live Beneath in the house here. How are you? Very good. It's raining outside though. Had to have an umbrella on my walk. Hex PLX is in for the win, 100%. Hex, of course, doing very well overnight. We've still got a little bit of whales selling into the move, but other than that, still doing pretty well. We got Sandy Beach in the house on day 19, the app challenge. No post today, though. Always a pleasure to see Sandy Beach in the house. Big shout out from her. Who else has jumped in here? Let's just be quite quick. We got Jefferson. Hey, Jefferson, good to see you. MO's in the house there. Word up. Good to see you, MO. Planning something bullish. Well, we've got the halving. I guess probably about as bullish as it's going to get. We got Brian in the house as well, but good to see you, Mo. Good to see you, Brian, our community leader in the house as always crushing it. And we've got Francis as well. Hello, all. Welcome to you too, Francis, everybody else. So let's get into it. Let's set this up. So, and bam. There we go, folks. We've got 2 blocks to go to get to target block number 840,000. About 15 minutes to go. This is on watcher.guru, but let's jump to the meme pool and have a look at that. We're going to give a bit of a refresh to make sure it's all moving along nicely. We just had a couple of blocks in the house. So we just had these ones here, Founder USA and the AMP pool. And of course, those are the ones there mining that. And of course, what have we got at the moment? 85 sats per VB, virtual blocks and virtual bytes, I mean. And what else there? It's been a bit higher there, 114 the last couple of blocks. So we're waiting for, this is block 839998. And of course, Bitcoin's 4th halving in 2 blocks. So we're counting that down pretty soon. Get in the chat there, let me know what you're excited about. Now, the other thing that we've got, of course, is Rune's protocol is going to be launching on top of Bitcoin as well. That's a bonanza for inscriptions and ordinals, etching and all that sort of stuff. Runestone, of course. It's going to be pretty mega. So it's not just the halving. We also got a huge ecosystem potentially launching on Pulsechain from developer Casey, which you can check that out too. Looking pretty good there. We can see the priority fees at the moment, around 80 sats VB, $7.69 there. That will likely get you into the block. But of course, we're expecting after this halving to have a massive jump in the Bitcoin fees. So it's going to be huge with the Runes protocol launching everything else. It's going to be probably pretty chaos. You can see all the transactions getting into the blocks there. And it's going to be pretty crazy. 2 blocks remaining, second 9 under 20 minutes. So I think we've got it on here around about 13 minutes is what we're expecting here on Watcher Guru. So we're ticking away. Now, the new subsidy, of course, to the miners is 3.125 Bitcoin, currently 6.25. And of course, what does this mean? This means that it's about 162,000 Bitcoin a year for the miners. And of course, about 450 a day, dropping from 900 a day. So about 162,000 Bitcoin at the current price of Bitcoin at 64,000 is about $10.5 billion worth of sell pressure. And of course, that's up to that point. And of course, we've seen leading into the halving, we've actually seen that Bitcoin miners have been pretty low normally saying here on this report that normally 374 Bitcoins are sent to the miners daily to spot exchanges, but this has been less than 1/3 of the daily average that was recorded in February and March. So definitely a lower level. You can see in the blue line there. The other thing is, of course, with the halving coming up, the hash rate's gone up. So you got the hexahashes per second here rose to 641. At the time of writing, the hash rate has surged ahead of the halving, indicators miners push to maximize their earnings before they are halved eventually. And of course, that's about to happen. You can see the hash rate there, the computer power there for the Bitcoin miners going up. They're trying to get more Bitcoin blocks before the halving, and the halving is upon us now. So those are some of the key metrics. Thought they were pretty interesting to check those out. So here we go. Woohoo! It's getting close, folks. Getting close. So last block was 7 minutes ago. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. We got CC in the house, have we? No, we got Francis Pell. We got Francis, I think. Did I say hello to Francis? I think I did. Hello, Francis. And we got CC in the house. They're good to see you, CC. Who else has jumped in here on this big day? Big day. Sandy Beach says, is Runestone the NFT that was airdropped to our wallets? Well, that's the Pulsechain version that was done by an individual member, Execute. That is doing pretty well. I think it's the number 1 on NFT on Pulse, but that is not the Runestone we're talking about. We're talking about the Runestone on Bitcoin. There's the next block, folks. Second to last block. We got one block yet. That's number 839999. One more block, and the halving is in play. Halving countdown. Woo! We're almost there, folks. Almost there. Pretty exciting. We're going to be talking about Runestone and the Runes protocol, which is going to be launching at the same time, pretty much. So let's fingers crossed, no bugs and all that. But they have had it on testnet and all that, and yeah, it's going to be fun to see that. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome there. Execute is the community member that's launched those Runestones on Pulsechain. Yeah, he put out a post earlier today, so I think apparently people have got to kind of claim those or something. Pretty exciting, though. We got what's up, Hexkins and DHex. Good to see you, DHex. Yeah, well, Hex's price has been up, hasn't it? And of course, we've got one block away from historic 4th halving for Bitcoin in one block. So there we go. The last block was in 2 minutes ago, 90 sats per virtual byte, and yeah, pretty ticking away there at the moment. You can see the high priorities going up already. 126 now, $11.71 there. So that makes some of these pretty expensive. Look at this one here, 8,276 for this transaction alone. Big block there. Look at that. Some of these big blocks going in there. Wow. Now, what's the halvening block going to look like? That's going to be pretty fun. So, yep. Oh, it's starting to go through the roof. We're expecting these sats, the fees to go up through the roof. Here they're climbing already. They're finally climbing there, leading up to this. This is awesome, isn't it? Woohoo! Let's go. History in the making. We're only seconds away or minutes away. Pretty cool. Halving countdown. I know that Brian, our community leader, will be excited about this. Get in the chat there, Brian. Tell us how excited you are about this happening. Come on. Less sell pressure on a Bitcoin. Like I say, about 162,000 Bitcoin a year, 450 Bitcoin a day is what the miners will earn. And, of course, that's half the sell pressure. And, of course, what else we got to say about that? About $10.5 billion in sell pressure over a whole year. So, yeah, that's the current price. So that's kind of where it is. And, of course, a lot of them have been hodling it, as we said earlier, because it's going to become more precious, my precious Bitcoin. So really cool on the sell side. And, of course, if we have ramped up on the Bitcoin ETFs and some of the other institutional buyers, man, Bitcoin's just going to keep rising. And, of course, after maybe a month or two of choppiness after this Bitcoin halving, maybe we start to see the rally like we have historically the last 2 rounds. So last 2 halvings. It's coming up pretty close, less than 10 minutes, somewhere in there. Pretty cool. We've just had block 839999. We're waiting for the halvening block, which is 840000, so 840,000. And ticking away there. And then the Bitcoin block reward will be dropped down from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoin per. So that's a lot less sell pressure. And I think the market's going to like it a lot. Like it a lot. Look at that, 200 now. High priority fee, 200 sats per VB now. $17.97. Now, that's going to be pretty funny. Now, as you guys know, Runes protocol is going to be launching. We're going to be covering that after the halving block comes up. And then, of course, we also got the Runestone dog meme coin is going to be launching. Potentially might head to be the most valuable meme coin in the world. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Fireworks as well. They didn't hold back here on the memepool.space site. We've got the fireworks. Congratulations. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah. All right. That's awesome. Look at that. 200 sats per VB. And man, 2.33 megabytes in the block there, 3,050 transactions. That's going to be a very valuable block there, particularly for things like bitmaps. I'm sure if you're on bitmaps, that's going to be sought after that block. Big deal there. Woohoo! Awesome. Now the priority fees are coming down. Now we've dropped down to 90 sats. So that's going to be fun. Now we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin prices because of Runes protocol launching. So that's going to be really filling up a lot of the blocks with inscriptions and things like that. So it's going to be fun to see that. People have to etch out all these tokens. So pretty amazing there. Look at that. The fireworks continue here as well. Woo! Pretty cool. Wow. That is fun. That's fun. Look at all the transactions coming in here. Nice. And looking pretty good there. Wow. $36,000 fee for that one. Woohoo! What's this one here? 4,500, but these red ones really expensive fees on these. Playing the upside there, 7,500 sats per VB. Woo! All right, that is it. Look at the fireworks go. I love it. 840,000, and now the reward is now 3.125 for the Bitcoin miners. And there we go. Let's see what people are saying about that in the chat there. Happy new, what do we call it? Happy new era or something. I don't know. You guys let me know. We got Cat says close now, Superman. Absolutely. And done and dusted. What's up, Hexkins? DHex says. LFG Superman, BD Halving, we've made it. Congratulations to Hex Token family, holding strong. We're almost there. Exciting, says Check My Pulse. Absolutely. Happy new Bitcoin, says HT. Absolutely happy new year, Bitcoin. Nice, says Brian. All day I've been measuring time in terms of blocks. Some of my friends get it. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Like how far is that? That is 3 blocks from here. 30 minutes. I love it. That's awesome, Brian. Happy BTC Halving, says Ivan. Absolutely. Nice to see you, Ivan, as well. Happy new crypto cycle, says Brian. Absolutely. That is true. And look at that, folks. Woo! Rock on. I love the fireworks. Look, we had another block. We got 840,001. Pretty cool. Let's have a look at these blocks and look at that. Woohoo! That is the block there. That's block 840. Now, expected block, actual block. Pretty cool. 3,050 transactions in there. Not bad at all. Look at that. Nice. So very cool on that one. Now, what else are we going to say about this? The hash. Let's have we got the hash. We've got the hash copy there. Now let's go to this next block, which is Brains Pool. Let's have a look at that. So that's the next one that came in there. Not too bad at all. So very cool. All right, let's jump away from that. That is pretty much it, folks. We might leave that on there just for a little while. We'll come back and have a look at the Bitcoin block, but let's get into Runestone and particularly the Runes protocol. This is also the other big event happening at this halving. And of course, Casey here, Rodamar, is the developer for this. This is the other huge thing happening today. Mega big for Bitcoin and for crypto. And that is the Runes protocol. 11 minutes ago, come and say hi in the Audicord for a special edition of the Ordinals Coding Club, where we count down the halving. So they've done that there on the Discord there. What else we got there? Blackthorn Rutanaga there. What we got? Some stuff there. Let's look at this. All right. PLS, please no bugs, he says. So that's probably gone live. We're probably going to try and come back on a bit of that. Let's have a look at the markets at the moment on the old Runestone. And here we are at the moment. Runestone, number 1 by market cap, 472 million. Here on Magic Eden, and 0.066 Bitcoin, 4,200 for that at the moment. Now, the big thing with this is that Leonidas is the founder for that, and of course, he's huge in the Bitcoin Ordinals community, massive, and this is going to be one of the mega themes for this bull market. And Leonidas, there, 193,000 followers, Ordfluencer there, Rune Master, and of course, building Ord.io. And let's have a quick look and see what the post he's had here. 15 minutes ago, it's time for the main event. Pretty cool. And of course, Runes Countdown there. They've got a big space happening on at the moment with the Bitcoin halving party. They'll be talking about getting the dog. Obviously, he's trying to get the dog meme coin etched in early on the Runes protocol. So we'll probably come back to that. Maybe not today, but we'll definitely be looking at that as well. That is mega huge there. Brace yourselves. A dog will be soon be born. Dog's mission is to go to the moon. Now, this potentially could be the biggest meme coin in crypto. The dog, you can see how cute the little doggy is. And, of course, that is going to be huge there. We're looking forward to that. massive influences, massive dexes and stuff like that behind this, including OKX exchange, the number 4th exchange in the world. And that's going to be fun to see. We're supporting Runes, and of course we're expecting many other exchanges to jump on board with that as well, with the Runes protocol. Now we're expecting an etching bonanza, basically just a mega growth in Runes tokens, and so that's going to be absolutely huge. And of course Dog to rule them all. That's probably the anticipation there. So that's the sort of stuff that's happening at the moment. We'll keep a track of that, maybe cover that again tomorrow when we find out a bit more details. But ticking away is a Bitcoin halving, and the fireworks are still going. It's pretty exciting. Woohoo! What else there? We've got Sandy says happy halvening, says Sandy. Absolutely. Scotty says good to see PHEX pumperoni pizza today. I like that, pumperoni pizza. And Party says DG and Hexen. Absolutely. Thanks to all of you for keeping here. Everywhere else in RL, I thought I was crazy. We hold the future, says Check My Pulse. Absolutely agree with that. All right, so we're going to try and come back to that, see if we get any updates from Casey around the Runes protocol. They're obviously got their event in Discord and on X Space at the moment, respectively, for Runes protocol and, of course, Runestone, and, of course, the big meme that's going to be launching the big dog token there on Bitcoin. The most valuable block in the world's got to have the most valuable meme coin. That's the theme. And, of course, the little doggy is as cute as can be there with this little Bitcoin thing. Can't wait for that to be dropped. That's going to be dropped to Runestone holders. So you have to have a Runestone at the halvening. You have to already have it. But Runestone's going to have 3 different big drops. And, of course, one of them is the big dog coin. And, of course, that's going to be mega huge. So we're looking forward to that. Very, very excited about that. All right. We're going to quickly cover into the markets. Let's see where any other comments we've got. Nothing at the moment. So let's quickly run through the markets. We're going to come back to Runestone and the Runes protocol to see whether we get any updates there. Now, with the stock market, we had kind of nothing really happened much, just the same continuing bleeding out a little bit there. S&P 500 extends losing streak on the video and Netflix. So we saw the Dow Jones as actually up 0.5%. Those are the industrials, up 211 points to 37,986. S&P 500 is down 0.9%, 43 points to 4,967, going there below the 5,000 mark. NASDAQ down 2%, which is pretty big. We'll fall of tech companies here down 319 points to 15,282. So that's where we are at the moment. US dollar, interesting enough, was down a little bit as well, just a subtle amount at 105.96, but still relatively strong, right? Now let's see if we got the commodities. No, we've got the commodities there. No, they haven't been showing up lately. I'm not sure why that is. So that's it for the stock market. Let's quickly go to, that was the, sort of wrapping up the week for Friday. Bitcoin at the moment, 63,896 post the halvening at 1.01%. And of course, the Bitcoin dominance, 53%, pretty strong versus the rest of the market. Ethereum there at the moment, slightly down, but pretty flat at 3,057 at the moment. No real standouts at the moment. Ton is down a little bit there. WIF is up a little bit there. What's that? 14%, quite a bit actually, $2.90. And of course, you can see that ICP is also up a almost 10%, $14 there at the moment. So there's some of the leaders there. Just looking around some of these other ones. We've got Arbitrum there. Is it? That's not Arb, that's AR. So that is that. Let's go to the Bitcoin. Obviously, the Bitcoin there, we've had the halvening. We just had it live. And of course, we've just rolled over to a brand new day. So yesterday we had a high of 65,500 and a low of 59,573. So a pretty big range of about, about $6,000. That's a massive range. And of course, today we're opening at the top end of that, which is pretty bullish, right? Post the halvening. So let's see what happens, what it's like over the next month or two. We sort of did that analysis yesterday, looking at all the previous halvings. And we know that quite a few of them have a little bit of a choppy period for a month or two. And then off to the races after that, wasn't it? Just rally, to, pretty much upwards from 500 to 550 days of rally. So yeah, maybe from May or June onwards, eh? And of course, Pulsechain Magic Carp ride too. That's what we're looking forward to. All right, so let's go to Ethereum at the moment. We're at 3,039. And of course, yesterday we had a range of 3,128, a low of 2,865. So what's that, about $200? And of course, today we're at the top end of that too, 3,035. Be nice to hold it here. Of course, we haven't even got near the all-time high of 4,900. Back here on the 12th of May, we got up to 4,093. So still quite a bit of way there to go to get that all-time high for Ethereum. So the bull market's still early stages. And of course, we maybe have a bit of a breather before we really start that hyper rally, and maybe within the next month or two. We'll see what the market decides to do there. History often rhymes, right? And we will see if it does this time. But that is the play at the moment. We're not expecting much for the Ethereum ETF, so up to 25% probability, so not too exciting. And the interest rates there, maybe we had early July, but maybe it's even September now. Given the way that the Fed is talking, we'll have to keep up to date with that. I saw a few months of data come out for that one. That is pretty much it. That leads us into Pulsechain for day 343. But let's get into the chat there and see if anyone else has jumped in there. Let's see here. We've got Joey. Joey's in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome to the Bitcoin Halving live party. I should have put party on it too, shouldn't I? Put party on there, but hey, we're having a party. Pretty exciting. So let's jump back into that before we get into Pulsechain day 243. We're going to have a look at the block there. We're now at block 840,002. So we've moved on here. The fees at the moment. Actually, let's go back up to here to the summary. The fees have really started to climb. So this is what we want to look at, right? Are the fees going to climb because of the Runes protocol launching? People are going to be etching and everything else, those new inscriptions. And here we are at the priority has rocketed to $1,248, $110 per sat per VB. Insano in the braino. Look at this stuff. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at this rocketing, man. So pretty crazy. We had about we had about 90 sats for what do we have? Yeah, 200 sats per VB for the actual halving block of 840,000 back here, the yellow one. But we've rocketed all the way. We went to 100 sats. It was like came off the next block. Remember, it came down from 200, and then it's just rocketed right back up. And now we've got the Runes protocol. I don't know if it's a live because I'm not in the Discord listening to it, but it was supposed to go live at the Bitcoin block halving. That's the time. So presumably it's gone all okay. And we got the blocks are going up. The price will go through the roof, folks. The roof. And people don't underestimate the Runes protocol. It's absolutely massive. It's a bit like having, it's the first season on Bitcoin, really, for having NFTs, meme coins, all that sort of stuff in a very slick and slender way. Runes really simplifies the process there compared to BRC20s and ORC20s that we had last year for Bitcoin. So it really does simplify everything down. And but we're expecting a lot of etching to go on, those first coins, that sort of thing. And people are after the names, after the titles. I believe you can go from under the previous protocol, you could have like four what do you call it, letters. Now you can have up to 21. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that's used as well. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So look at that, 553 sats of VB on that block there, the second block there after the halving for 840,000. So pretty crazy. And we've still got very high priority, $130 per VB sat. What is this? Let's look at some of these blocks here. $1,800 for this one. Look at this red all across the board. Look at this red everywhere. Crazy. Everyone's trying to slip into this block here, and they're playing through the teeth for it. Man, it's an expensive fee rate, 1,500, 1,600 sats for VByte. That's virtual byte there. Crazy stuff, man. Woo! These are the upcoming blocks here. These ones here. These are the red. Look at they're all red. It's super expensive. 1,500 sats per VB for the next block coming up there. 900, 1,000 just reached 1,000 there. So some super expensive blocks here coming in on the main pool for Bitcoin. Is some crazy stuff. I'm amazed at that. I'm amazed. Check my pulse says, I am not your carpet ride. I'm the sky, says check my pulse. Absolutely. Wookie is in the two halves. Nice one, Wookie. All right. So Wookie's doing some transactions. Is he on the Bitcoin playing through the roof for it? Nice one. All right. Let's jump back over into let's have a quick look at the Runes protocol, see whether Casey's got anything on the actual EC platform. Obviously, they're in the Discord at the moment covering that. Yeah, they're still doing that. Come say hi in the Discord there. So that's still going. Let's have a look at Runestone here. Runestone there at the moment. Let's have a look at that. Ticking away there. Still holding up pretty well as well. And ticking away there. And let's have a look at Leonidas here. The obviously big founder of Runestone here. The number one market cap Rune. And of course, Dog has been born. There we go, folks. Woo! Yeah! Woo! If you're holding a Runestone, folks, if you either inherited it for free because you were an early ordinal inscriber. You had to have held 3 of them, 3 of those ordinals. You had to have made 3 back in the day, last year, February, March. You guys know we were covering it here on Hex Token channel. We were pretty rare. I think anyone else in the Pulsechain X community was even covering it at all. And we were really early, like we are with just about everything in the Discord. We've seen so much in the Discord with people like Brennan, Brian, Wookie, and many others there. James Bond, of course. There's so many in there, and we've shared a lot of good stuff, plus many other people. So it's so cool. MV, Johnson, CC, we're all been in there doing some cool stuff. All right, Dog Go to the Moon was etched at in 1,258, 757 SAT VB transaction. Rune number 3. Woo! And so everyone was fighting for rune number 1, but rune number 3, that's top 3, man. That's top 3. We'll take that. Woo! Yeah, that's awesome. That's so exciting. That's going to be dropped to people's wallets, by the way, if you're wondering how. And of course, they raised all this Bitcoin to do that. And man, oh man, it's so fun. There will only ever be, 100 billion doggy coins, and they're going to be allocated to 112,300 runestone holders. And this is targeting to be the biggest meme coin in the world, and particularly for this next crypto bull market. It's going to be fun. That's the runestone there. You have to have held one of these little bad boys here. Let's have a look at this one here. So this is a runestone if you haven't seen it around. And of course, that was in the biggest data block ever etched at the time. And yeah, pretty amazing. You can zoom in on it. Look at that. Pretty awesome. That's on a Bitcoin SAT. It's a SAT on a Bitcoin. Pretty amazing in a Bitcoin block. So pretty cool. And yeah, looking good there. And of course, it's up there. So for every runestone holder, runestone you will hold, you will be airdropped 889,806 doggy coins. Woo! Yeah. Let's send Dog to the moon. Woohoo! There's the cute little doggy. And it's the cutest out of all the little doggies. Everyone loves dogs. Dogs are, your best friend. If you like dogs. So there we are. That's a cute doggy. And that's going to be targeting. They're going to be targeting that to be the #1 meme coin in the world. Now, Leonidas has a lot of huge followers with millions and millions of followers. It's going to be spreading around the world there to make Dog the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. And, of course, it's going to be so good there. So well done. That is absolutely mega huge there. Happy Bitcoin halving. The era of runes has begun, says Ord. That, of course, is Leonidas's exchange there. Pretty cool on that one. Happy halving. Runes are here. A block 840,000 had 37 BTC in fees with the $2.4 million in fees in that block, with the highest transaction at a record breaking 3.6 million sats per virtual byte there. Insano in the braino. Look at that. Pretty awesome. Let's repost all that. So that is pretty cool. So Runes protocol is live. The halving happening. And of course, potentially the biggest meme coin in the future has just been launched, a doggy coin. And of course, people are going to have to buy that off the holders of rune holders. So the people that are holding these runes are going to be the ones that people have to buy them off. Wow, network effect, baby. Network effect. It's going to be pretty awesome. So very exciting stuff happening here. All right, let's go into the Pulsechain, day 343. We've got a price at quadruple 084, up 4.6%. Not too bad. 6% below the mean sacrifice price there, or percentage points. And Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0339, up 9.5%. What have we got here? The buy and burn, 816 billion. And of course, that is now 4.01% of the total public supply has been bought up and burned. That does not include the Power City Earn protocol, which also takes off a lot of hundreds of billions of Pulsex off the market. Now, the incentive token there up 12.7%, and that is at $4.09. The ratio is 488,664 Pulse per incentive. Have we hit 30 million? We're pretty close to 29.5 million incentive tokens in existence. And of course, the Hex on Pulse, which has been the star today. Unfortunately, it's still doing very well, but there have been some whale sells in there, and we're sitting at 1.05 cents there, but we're still up just under 10% there. And of course, EHEX there at 0.09 of a penny. The combined price, EHEX and PHEX, up pretty well because we were well below a cent a couple of days ago, and now we're back almost at 1.25 cents. So not too bad there on the old Pulsechain there for day 343. Let's have a quick look at the charts. We can see that we're looking pretty good there. We're bouncing off the support, and this is the support line that Richard's been using And of course, up we go here with the RSI as well. So we've got plenty of room for a rally here, folks, on the old Pulsechain. Plenty of room. And of course, Pulsex here. Let's have a look at this. Pulsex here breaking up to the upside as well, almost at 3,400. And of course, we've got that nice angular support there as well. Plenty of room in the RSI, only at 41. Bullish, folks, across the board here for Pulsechain, in my view. And of course, let's see what the market decides. And of course, let's have a look at the ratio of incentive token. There we go. Nice little power move back up, 48,500. Very bullish if we get over 50,000 today and hold that, and on we go. So we're looking for that too. But the star from yesterday and the day before, the last 2 days, has been Hex on Pulsechain, 1.06 cents at the moment. As you can see, we've got some bit of whale selling in here. These two big red candles. This red candle on Hex on Pulsechain, or PHEX, was just under $1.6 million. And this one here, only a few hours ago, this is on the hourly candles, not the daily here. We had a volume candle, $900,000. And so that's taken us down there. But we're rising back up here at 1.06 cents. And we did bounce off 1.025 cents there as well. So keep an eye out on for Hex. As you guys know, once Hex goes, it's going to go. And it will be too late, Rover, for picking it up. But it's still early. You've still got an accumulation zone. So go, go, go. And what do we got here at the moment? We've got EHEX 1900 a penny, and plenty of room upside here, right? Massive amount of room for the upside here for EHEX because of the BankX wall there. 270% gains just sitting there if you're a believer. Not just a believer, but there we go. And a combined price of EHEX and PX, look at that. We're going to come back into this chart. Man, what a day. Are you excited? It's always great, man. One day like this, year 4, the 4th halving, Runes Protocol. Hex is rolling. It's pretty good across the board. I think that's pretty exciting. Let's go to the hourly on the old combined price here at EHEX and PX. So yeah, we bounced all the way off down here. Look at us. We're down at 9/10 of a penny, and we've got all the way up to about 1.4 cents combined. 1.4 cents combined, back down to 1.2 cents. Now getting pretty close to 1.25 penny at the moment. So keep a lookout for this, folks. But you guys know what we're wanting. We're wanting the breakout at 3 cents combined. And particularly with the obviously weighted to the Pulsechain. Now, whether we get up to a ratio of 10 to 1, something like that, I think we might be around, 5 to 1, something like that. Haven't checked, but yeah, definitely getting there. So yeah, 3's probably broken up to the higher side actually. But we're at 3 cents. We're going to break out to 3 cents here. Once we're away, it's going to be fun times. Game on. And we might just see it sort of etch up a little bit there, little steps, and then suddenly, boom, goes with a big candle. And everyone's going, oh my God, I missed it. I flooded my bags. Okay, enough of that. All right, so that is it for that. Let's quickly look at the gas prices. 448,000 beats on Pulsechain, 1 cent for a Pulsex transfer, 0.08 of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 0.2 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Gwei at the moment on Ethereum is only 7 Gwei. So if you've got a Hex in stake on the Ethereum chain, hopefully it's today because it's only 7 Gwei, which would be really, really cheap at the moment. Let's go to validators. Validators at the moment, 49,138, 1.57 trillion pulse off the market. Doesn't include pulse liquid loans, of course. Let's look at the health of the bridge, 118, almost 119 million. So it's a little bit higher than yesterday. And let's see how we go there in the future. So there we go. Watch out for that. That's what we're looking to see, because we're waiting, the more liquidity over on the port chain, we're going to expect a higher price rise, right, overall. So raise the water and, things get more exciting, right? A lot more water around, splashing around. Bigger waves, right? Bigger waves. So that's pretty much it for the old Pulsechain stats. We're going to come back to the rest of the markets. Before we do that, though, let's go back on the blocks here. Where block 840,000 just went through, and almost 1,500 sats on that. Crazy numbers. Pretty 5,300 transactions in that block that we just had. So some pretty huge numbers. Wow, total fees, 16 Bitcoin, $1 million for the fees of that. Look at these fees on the blocks, the last blocks there, 446,000 on that block, number 840,002. That previous block there, massive. Look at this new block here. Woo! Let's look at this new block at 2,286 sats per VB. And what's the price there? 440,000, is it? No, $1.5 million in fees there, 24 Bitcoin fees. That's some crazy stuff right now. Man, these fees are through the roof. The roof is on fire. It is crazy. You don't want to if you're an average Joe, you really don't want to be doing anything on the Bitcoin block. So you just, it is pretty expensive at the moment. 1,500 sats per VB, 134. Now, normally you want something like maybe under 20 sats if you can help it. And we're at 1,540 at the moment, which is some crazy stuff, right? crazy stuff with the sats. So 15 divided by, what's it, 20. So we're about 77 times higher than sort of the low fees. It's pretty crazy right now. And look at that block, red across the board. It is insane. This one transaction here, $4,000 for that one, $2,500 for that one. It's insane. It's insane. All right, looking pretty good. Now, we're expecting this to stay up for quite a while, so just remember that. So let's go check out the Runes protocol. Let's see what Casey, if he said anything yet. Obviously, they're in Discord. Not sure if they've said anything. Nothing in there that I can see. You'd probably have to be part of their Discord to see that, but we know it's live because Leonidas has already told us that the big dog meme coin is alive there. Are you ready to send dog to the moon? yeah, we are. That is so good. So yeah, we're ready, all right? So bring it on. We're going to repost that. That is going to be huge. Are you ready to send dog to the moon? Is this going to be number one meme? You know, so many people after meme coins, right? Shib, Dogecoin, some of the big ones that did the big, 10,000 X's, the big moves. Hex, obviously, last bull market. These are the big players, right? And it's going to be fun to see how things are going now. All right, pretty cool. Let's get into the chat there, see where else has got any comments. We got up to Joey. We got up to so confusing to me, says Sandy. I'm not sure what that's referring to there. Come on, Brian, let's go, says Wookie. Absolutely. Stevie D in the house there. Hey, Superman, good to see Stevie D. Looking very, very cool. And Lowe's beneath there having some fun as well. Technopulse says spring has sprung in Massachusetts and in crypto. Looking forward to basking in the summer sun. Absolutely, it's coming for you guys. We've got the rain coming. Our summer is finished and rain has already come here early. Good morning from Anita. Hey, Anita. Happy halving day. And, of course, looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's get into some of the rest of the markets for Pulsechain. We've got Acosa is up 5% on Pulsechain. Hedron is down 3% on Ethereum, and Hedron is up 1% on Pulsechain. Acosa is up 8.6% on Ethereum. So some nice little moves there for those ones. Let's look at the influencer coins. What have we got here? We've got Access Alive is up 2.7%. Paul Pleb is up 4.8%, and more from Trayvon up 4.8%. The big mover today is actually interesting. The one that's been underperforming, which is My Life is Awesome. That is up 40% today, but very small liquidity, 6,000. But that is up at 10 cents now. A bit of a move there for My Life is Awesome. If you guys all know who that is, which I'm sure most of you do, that is the chart. Let's go to the daily here. You can see it's got really sold off pretty hard. Been mucking around on the bottom here, not doing too much, and got pumped today up to 10 cents there on small liquidity. So there we go. That's the numbers there. Let's go to the stable coins, and we can see that, let's go to liquidity. We can see that PDI is at 6300th of a penny. So still waiting for it to make that full on, that next move to 1 cent. Got pretty close at 99.9100th of a penny. So we'll see how we go with that. That is kind of the play on that one. And let's see. I think it's that we're up to. Yeah, we're going to go to the altcoins, have a look at the best performance today. And we're going to search by 24 hours. We can see Cereal is doing pretty well there, up 271%. Cookies is up there, 360%. So I'm not endorsing any of these as usual, just looking at them. UpX there is up 20% as well. We got PDDC there, the Grace currency, the big Dow one there with the taxes, which has been one of the best performers overall. That's up 15% there as well. Loan token, our first utility. Oh no, I guess we've got up tokens, kind of utility-ish. It's in the front end for that. Not front end, or it's related to it. We've got loan there is up 15% at the moment, not too bad. Incentive token is up 15%, so incentive making a bit of a break now, separating out there. The ratio of Pulse is going up and Pulse is going up, so it's doing pretty well. Also, we've got something here called Pulsecoin. Haven't seen that before, but that's up 12%. What else there? Peppies is up 11%. Gillespie coin is up 11% there. And Texan token there from Rags to Riches is up 11%. Now, Rags did mention something about Texan today. I think he was going to be pushing out a post around that, so that could be pretty bullish. And of course, Pulsex is up over 10% as well. Those are the coins above 10% on this list at the moment. Hey, our total volume has gone up about $10 million. We're just under $50 million at the moment, 24-hour volume, so that's good news. Transactions are pretty similar to yesterday, or slightly under at 352,000 on the old Pulsechain. That is kind of where we are today. And of course, how many are we down from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're at number 10, so we've actually gone up today. We're at number 10 in the ranking, so that's kind of cool news there too. I just feel like Pulsechain is going to do some fun things in the future. Magic Carpet Ride is coming, and never fear, it is going to be fun to be here. All right, that is it. Pretty much it for that. The meme coin ticks away there. We've had 4 blocks since the halving, the golden block there. And man, the sats is insane. Look at that, 2,286 sats for VB. That's some crazy stuff right there. $1.5 million worth of V value there. Crazy stuff there. The next one's not too far off it. 1,900 there at the moment, and 1.42, and it's still filling up, right? Still filling up there on that block. So that's pretty insane. That is coming there. You can see the blocks all just filling in there, all coming in, filling that block up. Currently 1.3 million in fees at the moment for that. So it's pretty expensive on Bitcoin at the moment after the halving, with the Runes protocol launching at the same time. And of course, you know, it's people are racing to etch out they're trying to get that real estate that, you know, it's a bit like the Wild West. You're trying to get the real estate and the best real estate with the best names, and people are paying through the roof for it on top of the Runes protocol, which is launching, which is kind of like the NFT space, token space, PRC20 token space for Bitcoin. Is on the Runes project. That's how big this is. That's why it's such a big deal today. And it's going to be one of the big mega themes for this crypto market. So pretty exciting there. All right, Leonidas there looking pretty good. He's excited, man. He's been doing actually amazing. Leonidas honestly is an example of an incredible crypto leader. And if you read through his posts and the way he handles himself in Twitter spaces, that he is remarkable at handling everything. He really is. Highly skilled, really important there. Now we're going to go to the Hex daily stats. I think we've got that out at the moment. Yeah, day 1600, 19th of April there. Looks like we've got the price at pretty much the same. Let's have a look at the payout today. Huge today on Hex on Ethereum. 9.25 is pretty amazing. Normally around about that's just over 7.1, 7.2, and 9.25 today on Hex on the old Ethereum chain. Let's have a look at the T-shares, down slightly. Still sitting just below 9.25 million. Let's look at those penalties though. 40.4 million in penalties today. Whoa. Now, if you have checked out, I guess the Hex alerts there, you'll be able to find out who did that. But that's pretty amazing there. 85.5 million Hex in the reward pool for T-share miners at the moment on Ethereum. Pretty good. We've had a nice little jump in liquid holders of Hex on Ethereum with the price going up. You know, price is king, right? And of course, then we've got the miners going down. So Hex is getting more exclusive. Is that the way we look at it? That's pretty much it. We haven't got Pulsechain's Hex on Pulsechain today. We've got yesterday's number though. And yesterday we got 6.934 Hex per T-share yesterday. Not too bad on Pulsechain. And T-shares down slightly there, just under 9.5 million. There's about 250,000 or more, maybe close to 300,000 more T-shares on Pulsechain than there is on Ethereum for Hex. The penalties only 1.2 million yesterday, with 65.8 million in the reward pool there. We got obviously growth in the liquid holders with the price rising, and then a slight decrease in the miners there on Pulsechain, which should be the adoption chain, right? Because it's so cheap over on that chain. So some work to be done there by the community and all the influencers there. Not too bad. So Hex, hex.com, check it out. All right, that is pretty exciting. Here we are back on the Bitcoin block. We're coming up to 43 minutes. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. Got a few others. We got Anita says out for Breaky, having happy halving, says Anita. Nice one there. Have a nice the omelet or something on us. There we go. And we got Pineapple says Superman mornings. Good to see a Pineapple. Man, it's so fun today, man. Fun day today. Happy halving, first milestone, first bull run. So check my pulse. Nice one. Phase 4, not yet BTC, says Pineapple. What else we got in there? DHEX says not many people can afford to transact on Bitcoin anymore. Not at these prices, but when it's normally down lower, it is definitely affordable compared to Ethereum. Not compared to Pulsechain, of course, but compared to Ethereum, it can be reasonable, depending on what it is. But it takes longer, right? All these block times, up to 10 minutes or so. So there we go. What are we out there? We're waiting for this next block to come up. The fireworks are still going here on Mempool space. So this website is called memepool.space. If you've never seen it before, it shows you the Bitcoin blockchain, and you can see the blocks that have come through. That's the last block here, and that's the next block coming up. And you can see the red here. It's expensive. People are buying through the roof, and of course the Runes protocol has just been launched. So people are flooding the blocks with inscription requests there on the Runes protocol. That's what will be happening. There'll be what they call etching out new inscriptions there. It's basically new streamlined technology for the ordinal inscription space, the NFT token space, let's say, comparable, well, a lot of similarities to Ethereum smart contracts with PRC20s and PRC721s, the NFTs. That's kind of that kind of parallel, but it's a lot different to it as well. But that is kind of the idea. Very cool. Expensive time on the old Bitcoin at the moment, as expected. Nothing really happening there. Now, obviously, Runestones was launched by Casey Rodamore here. He is the dev, and yeah, pretty exciting times for him. And it looks like it's gone off without a hiccup at this stage. So pretty cool. They did have a testnet, of course, and people that had Xverse wallet could actually test it out. So that was definitely something that's gone pretty well there. All right, let's see if there's any comments in this chat here. Just lots of love there going out there. Ready to deploy, yeah. So lots of cool stuff happening in there. All right, let's jump over to Leonidas. Have a quick look at him. Obviously, the number one ordinal on Bitcoin, and of course, Runestones are the most valuable. The second most valuable NFT collection after CryptoPunks, and I don't think it's going to be too long, perhaps at least for the meme coin, to start heading up to challenge Dodge at $18 billion. Imagine that. The price of those would be unbelievable, about $250,000 or something. So I haven't done the numbers on the actual total 100 billion dog tokens that are existing, but it's going to be pretty fun. What's that, $180, something like that. Anyway, so in the last 5 Bitcoin blocks, the fees have surpassed $18, something like that. In the last 5 Bitcoin blocks, the fees have surpassed the Coinbase reward. The Runes DGNs have single-handedly offset the drop in miner rewards from the halving. Runes are drastically increasing Bitcoin security budget. You're welcome. And Luke Dash here. So what is the Bitcoin developer, I guess? Was a core developer and CTO, Ocean Mining. So not too bad. Are you ready to send Dog to the moon? Can't wait for that. So getting that dropped. If you got a runestone, you're very lucky today. It's party time. It's going to be a very exciting time for that. All right, I think that's pretty cool. We've got expensive blocks coming. 2,400 sats per VB. It's pretty expensive there, and it's still filling up, getting in more. Now it's up to $1.6 million in fees there. So there we go, folks. Imagine if you had $1.6 million and you just paid for this block. You just paid for this block today. Imagine that. So there we go, folks. Get rid of the yacht. Get rid of the yacht or whatever you were going to buy. You've just paid for this digital block on the blockchain. That is how funny it is in some ways. What else we got going there? We've got Clintron says, "G'day, folks. Hey, Clintron, it's good to see you in the chat." We've got Brennan as well, our TA guru. Howdy, folks. Hope you're having halving a good day. I like that one there, Brennan. Very cool indeed. All right, that's looking pretty good. We've got little glasses there. Look at that. Woo. We've got the function in there. Look at that. Pretty cool. Op return. Let's see what else we got in there. All the address types there, Taproot, etc. What else? The features. Yeah, pretty interesting. All right. So we're about to have the next block. So we've had, this is the block, halving block back here, 2.33 megabytes. There are 3,000 transactions in that, and the block cost, total fees were $2.4 million for that block. That is the magic halving block. And these are the transactions that got in there. Look at that. Those are the ones there you can see. Pretty cool. And yeah, not bad at all. 3,050 transactions in that magical golden block, the fourth halving block for Bitcoin, number 840,000. Pretty cool. Now the Bitcoin reward, of course, 3.125 Bitcoin, about 450 Bitcoin a day, about 162,000 Bitcoin a year. At the current price of Bitcoin at $64,000, that's about $10.5 billion of sell pressure up to that amount. But of course, we've seen recently miners selling about a third of the amount of Bitcoin that they normally would send to the exchanges. Will that continue in the next half? Maybe, because Bitcoin's become more precious. Obviously, the Bitcoin miners do have to pay for their capital, hardware, and upgrades. That's pretty expensive, so that's why they do it at scale and try to get renewable energy. So they do it virtually cheap, right? Very cheap. So that is kind of the play there on that. And of course, yeah, be interesting to see the hash rate after this as well. Going to be interesting times as well. Probably even higher hash rate to compensate to get win more Bitcoin, right? Get better machines, etc. So that's kind of the play. So a lot of stuff happening on the mining side, but for the supply side, it's a supply shock for the upside. So having less supply coming to the market, that's good news, and yeah, it's going to bode well. Of course, the blockchain itself and the fees. Remember EIP 1559 with the fees there is going to burn probably quite a bit. Oh, sorry, that's Ethereum. Sorry, my bad. Getting confused between Ethereum and Bitcoin now, but that is pretty exciting there. So more fees to miners there from the Runes protocol. Pretty exciting, as Leonidas here is pointed out. All right, that's it. 50 minutes. How are we doing? I think we're doing pretty good there. We got Trev in the house there. Hey, Trev. G'day from the Dominican Republic. Great work, man. I appreciate that, Trev. And we got Crypto Ignito in the house as well with the dollar signs, liking that. Who else is in here? Check My Pulse says, in retrospect, the past 3 years flew by. Delayed gratification is the hardest easy thing I've ever had to learn, says Check My Pulse. That's funny. Do we know the next halving block? No, I don't know what the next number one is. It's another 4 years from now, Sandy. So yeah, it's what would that be? That'd be Sandy's already excited about the next next one. I got that would be the Bitcoin will get down to about 1.56 Bitcoin per block. There we go. That's going to be pretty crazy. Sandy wants to be early. You are early. You're here today. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks. That is pretty exciting. So we had some major things today. A Bitcoin block halving 4 years. It's only every 4 years. And I just wrapped up the numbers there. We're up to block 840,005 is about to come. That's going to be pretty fun. This one here, this red one. And then, of course, we've had the Runes protocol, major big deal. Think of it like the smart contract chain that Ethereum's got for Bitcoin. It's going to open up a whole ton of things on meme coins, NFTs, and things like that in the construct on Bitcoin. So it's a big market on top of Bitcoin, massive for this bull market. And then, of course, number 3, we've had the biggest ordinal runestone there is just etched number 3 rune. That's the third ever etching inscription there on the new Runes protocol. That's going to be Dogcoin. It's going to potentially be the biggest meme coin potentially in the world on the most valuable chain. That's their whole idea. And of course, it's got all the right people in play to do that under the leadership of Leonidas. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see play out. So food for thought there. Hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, we're going to have our own magic carpet ride with Pulsechain because I think things are going to really start getting fun maybe from May, June onwards. Pretty cool. Now, some people talked about the 50 weeks next week. That's for the 50 weeks shaking out of the weekends. And of course, is that next week or a full year, of course, around about the 12th of May. For a full year of since the full Pulsechain launch. So lots of cool things happening May, June, in my opinion. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, accumulate is the way of the day. Obviously not financial advice. Do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. See you in Discord here, folks. If you haven't subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you're watching here on Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto or Pulsechain X, we're streaming over 10,500 subscribers. And so if you're new, subscribe. And if you want to get in Discord, the link's in the video description to join the Discord and Strategy Club as well. All right, take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. Enjoy the Magic Carp ride. It's going to be a fun ride moving ahead there. Peace out, everybody, and bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.